How hard was those 4 years?
Because if I didn't have my kids, man, to be honest, I probably would have ended my life, like straight up. Sorry, bro.
No, bro. I still can't believe I'm saying this, but I still don't feel like you reached your full potential, as scary as that sounds.
Yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes. Definitely a lot of mistakes along the way. But it's definitely like made me like kind of built my character along the way.
You're the first player to be selected from reserve grade to play Origin. What team did you want to go to?
Well, to be honest, I didn't want to leave Penrith.
Let's name your 1 to 5 backline to play game 1.
I'd go Teddy number 1.
I can't see Dylan was not being picked. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Trot, episode 29, with a good friend of mine, one of my best mates, Michael Jennings. What's happening?
What's happening, mate?
It's far, man. How long has it been since we've been meeting to catch up? It's been months now, eh?
Yeah, 5 years, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll catch up. I want to put the blame on you for that, bro. What's been happening, man? How you feeling?
No, I'll blame you. Yeah, I was saying that you're going to meet up and then just never get around to it. That's been 5 years, man. 5 years of that texting, but no.
Well, we're finally here today.
Yeah.
We're finally here on
Finally here.
on my podcast. I heard you got injured on the weekend. What's happening?
Yeah, I just tore my tricep. So
You're the first bloke that I know that's torn the tricep. But how did you do that?
I think
Fending?
It was fending, yeah. Fending. I think it was the first injury. The first time someone's injured their tricep in a game. So
if there was someone going to do it, it was going to be you.
Yeah, bit of old age as well. That.
Speaking of old age, you've been painting the ceilings again, have you? You know what? You've had that white hair since we played together at Penrith. I don't know what it is, but what? You just turned 36 now, huh?
36.
36.
Yeah, 36.
It's wise.
Yeah, it's wise. I say it's wise, but nah, the boys give it to me. Call me the ashtray.
I like that. Who come up with that? That ashtray.
I'll tell you, mate.
That's good. How are the boys?
Nah, they're good. Yeah, good crew. Good bunch of fellas that, they're all superstars, and I think I'm just like blessed to be around them. Like,
Well, it's different. It's different this time around, right? So, like when you first went there, like you were the young pup, and now you went back there, and you're the fossil of the group. What's the difference between those two sides?
I think I'm more wiser. I'm more mature. Now I see a role in like teaching the younger boys about not just footy but life as well. And when I was younger, I was young and dumb as well. But now that I'm older, I'm a lot more mature.
Experienced,
a lot of experience, and can just see the game for what it is, and I just appreciate every moment that I have at. Like I'm just enjoying all the little kind of moments at footy. Which is pretty good.
Well, you were out of the game for 4 years, so like you obviously don't take it for granted.
Nah, that's right.
If there was a team that I could see you come back to, it was the Roosters. How did that come about? Like, how did you manage to link up a deal with them?
So like, we had our 10-year anniversary with the grand final 2013.
Yeah.
Grand final win last year, and I was speaking with Robbo. I was speaking with Robbo at the
Reunion.
At the reunion, but we're at Ivy Bar and we're having a few beers, and
had some good times there, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had some good times there, but we had a few beers, and then me and Robbo were just chatting, and he was just telling me what I wanted to do, what I was going to do if I was going to come back and play, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I wasn't sure if I wanted to come back and play. I didn't know what the plan was. But when I spoke with, when he spoke to me, he's like, "Oh, if you want to go overseas," I was like, "Oh, yeah, if there's an opportunity, yeah." And then he's like, "Oh, what do you think about coming back to the Roosters?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to come back to the Roosters."
So he initiated it.
Yeah. So he offered it up. He said, "Yeah, there's an opportunity there. If you're willing to take." And I go, "Yeah, I'll take it with both hands." But I said, but then I was like, "Oh, I'll text you and call you tomorrow morning when we're a bit sober and and to see if it's just I'll speak to him when I'm a bit sober and
he's sober.
I called him the next day and then he's like, "Yeah, like be good to have you back." And I said, "Oh, yeah, awesome." Then just went from there.
Because remember talking to you, I think it was last year, and obviously, well, as a mate, I'm pretty biased, and I wanted you to come back because I wanted to kind of see you, fulfill end on a good note for your legacy. And I remember you were umming and ahhing. I feel like there was conversations where you were thinking to go overseas, and I feel like there was a bit of self-doubt as well if you still had it in you to come back to the NRL. But here you are today, and it all worked out.
I was definitely unsure. My mindset back then was in a dark place, so I wasn't clear on what I wanted to do. I had a lot going on, and I just, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do about football. I just wanted to try and get my life sorted, clear everything up. Like I was working at the time, and I just really wasn't motivated to do anything. I was just in a very bad place. But so I had no mindset of like coming back to footy, and but after having that chat with Robbo, I was like, what, I think should give it one more crack.
Yeah, there's no doubt that you definitely went for a tough time in the 4 years. Like, it was hard for us to catch up and just have normal conversations. You know what I mean? Like, it was. What did you get up to in the 4 years? Like, what was, obviously you had the burden of not playing the game, but what did you do for work? And did you have to work like a 7 to 3 job, 9 to 5 job, or what was that like?
Well, it wasn't a 9 to 5. It was more of a
on your own clock.
9 to 1. I was working for my brother. And I was supplying. Shout out to Recon Supplies.
Oh, shout out to Recon.
So I was supplying Rio, so steel and supplying concrete and like construction materials, stuff that you find in a slab. So
yeah,
I was doing that for 3 years. So
that would have helped being around your brothers as well. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're going to a job that you're foreign to, or strangers. You're working with strangers every day.
Yeah, I think that was a good thing because it was real flexible, which was good because I had to take my kids to daycare, had to pick them up from daycare, so that was real good that I had that flexibility, that I had that freedom to do that.
Yeah,
and that was a perk about it, but. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money, but
compared to your previous salaries, I bet it was.
I think I went from $800,000 to $800.
Far out, that would have brought you back to earth in no time. But you've worked hard, obviously, in the 4 years on yourself, physically and mentally. And you got your opportunity at the Tricolours, and you finally cracked 300 games. You were what, 2 games short of it, wasn't it, before the ban?
Yeah, before the ban, I was two games, short of making 300.
So you become the 51st NRL player to actually crack that achievement, man. Congratulations, bro.
50. Yeah, no, it was
how good.
Long time coming.
Did you have it at the back of your head?
No, not really. Not really. I didn't want to come back to play 300. Like, my main reason coming back was to show my kids that, during tough times, that you should never give up, or there's always light at the end of the tunnel. and especially all the people that were hurt. I think that was the biggest disappointment. You know, like I lost my career, and just to see the effect that it had on, you know, my brothers, my family, and my kids, and just seeing the effects that I had on other people, like in my life, that was a big eye opener, and that was the biggest disappointment. Was letting all those people down.
I feel like you're the type of person that rarely shows their emotions as well, but there's no doubt in my mind the last 4 years has been tough. But to see you rewriting your story now, obviously must be rewarding, and like it's been hard for you as well to kind of share your story and like come out, which is brave of you to come on this podcast today, which I'm sure we'll get into it later. But on other news, one of the recent news, your teammate Luke Keary just announced his retirement at the end of 2024. Was that a bit of a shock or surprise? Did you see it coming?
No, I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a shock when he told us boys in a team meeting. So I was pretty shocked. But I think he wanted to just. I think he's caught a time on, like, he's got three beautiful kids. I think he just wanted to call time and spend more time with his kids, and so it is a bit of a shock. But I think he felt that it was the right time to kind of do it.
What was the catalyst for him to retire? Was it the head knocks? Too many head knocks? Was
No,
his body giving up?
No, I don't.
His love
think
for
so.
the game. Love for the game.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just he just felt that it was his time to call it time, and I think he just wanted to spend more time with his three kids. Yeah.
Shout out to Luke Keary, brother. One of the best to play the game. All right, let's jump straight into it. Where it all started for you, brother. A young pup, 18-year-old in the riff. What's the earliest memories you have playing for the Penrith Panthers?
Probably my debut. Yeah, I think that's making a debut and playing against the Bulldogs and scoring a try. I think that's the earliest memory, and the one that I cherish the most. Yeah.
How did you get the call up? I always like asking this question. I love to hear everyone's story.
How did I get the call up?
Yeah.
So Matty Elliott was the coach at the time, and what's his name? I forget his name. Well, one of the boys got injured.
Outside back, obviously.
Yeah.
Who would it have been? Far out. You got me stumped there as well.
No, he's he's Nick Youngquist.
Nick Youngquist. No way.
Yeah. Pretty boy.
Bro,
yeah. So he got injured in the first round, and then and I was playing flag. I was playing flag at the time, and then he got injured, and then Matty Elliott was like, "Oh, you know." During the week, he just said, "Oh yeah, we're going to give you a run because Nick Youngquist is out." So I was just like, the whole week was just nerves the whole week. Yeah, I was. I don't know if I was excited. I was just more nervous about playing, and telling my parents, and they were just that proud and that happy, but I was just nervous for a whole week. It's just like, and then once I got out there, it was just like, it was the best feeling.
Who was your clique when you first come into the NRL squad?
There's a few boys, because there's a few boys that I played with in the juniors, and then we made the transition in. But yeah, we had Jeffro, Daniela, yeah, Timmy Grant, yeah. Masada, rest his soul.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Masada, was a good mate of mine.
You were
But
18
there's
at
a
the
few,
time?
yeah.
You were 18 at the time when you debuted, right?
Yeah, I was 18. I was turning 19 that year, but I was 18.
Far out, young.
2007.
What's that? You're 36 now. That was 18 years ago, half your life ago.
Man,
Isn't that wild? You old man.
Fuck.
Oh, bro,
2007, yeah.
That's
long time ago.
That is
Long
a
time
spin
ago.
out, man. Like,
Yeah.
you pitch yourself and think to yourself, where's the
It's
time
funny
gone?
because like on my 300 game, they put like the highlights and stuff.
Yeah.
And the video pixel like of the games back then was so pixelated. So it's like, they're like, what? There's no HD back then? Okay, man.
It wasn't 4K back
It wasn't
then.
4K back then. It was so pixelated. I was like, and I just like, oh, sheesh.
That's
Must
crazy.
have been, yeah, it must have been like that long ago. And
That's crazy.
but seeing the highlights like back then, I was just thinking, oh shit, like it's just like it's gone just like that.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So yeah, you
Because
gotta-
when I came to Penrith, like, you would have been like 5 years in then, 2012. Yeah, so you, yeah.
I think 6 years.
6
yeah,
years, 6 seasons. Yeah, 6
Because I
seasons.
did 7 seasons there
So,
at the Riff.
yeah, do you remember how many players we had that preseason? Like, I rocked when I first signed with the club. Like, you know, I thought it was a perfect opportunity for me to go there because, like, I was trying to, you know, get an opportunity and rebuild my career because it didn't work out at Souths at the time. And, you know, as you do, or what I did, like, I looked at the outside backs and I'll see where I kind of stood. And it was like 2 or 3 at the time. Day one of preseason, I was like eighth down the chart. There was Sandor Earl, there was David Simmer, there was Michael Gordon, there was Malachi, there was Jeff Daniela, Junior T. Khalifi.
Yeah,
Who else was there, man? I swear I'm missing some. Oh, Etu Uaseli.
Oh,
And then there was me. I was like, well, I don't know if this chance is going to come, but ended up coming round
yeah,
nine.
no, you got your chance.
Fuck,
yeah,
man, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. But we obviously kicked off our friendship then.
Straight away.
And now we're good
Straight
mates.
Straight away.
Bro, what's the earliest memory you have of me?
Of you?
I was quiet, eh? I was so quiet. I was so quiet.
Nah, I think the good one's when we were doing the 70-40.
You brought
we're
it
doing
up.
so we're doing the 70-40 and so
Well, before you go on
yeah,
70 40.
explain it, yeah.
So yeah, 70 40 is it's a fitness drill. So it's like a box and it's like a 70-meter sprint. You got to get there in 15 seconds. Then it's a 40-meter jog. You got to get there in 15 seconds. Again, 70 meters and then 40. So one lap is 1 minute. And we were 24, 25 laps in or something like that. It was me, you,
yeah.
Keary, Lachlan Coote, Matt Moylan, and I think it was Brad Ty.
Yeah, so there's 5 of us left.
Yeah, but there was only 2 of us on this corner, and there was 3 of us. There was 3 of those boys on the other corner, and I think we were like, hey, you reckon we should just jump out now? Like, we're 25 laps in. Like, let's just call it quits. Yeah. And we're like, yeah, sweet, yeah, no, done. Anyway,
next lap, you were like, I'll go. Yeah, next lap we'll both jump out because man, it's like it's 25. Like it's only 5 of us left. Like what are we going to prove? Yeah. What are we going to prove? Let's just jump out. Like. Yeah, get to the lap where we're about to jump out. I jump out, and then like I'm thinking that you're jumping out, so I jumped out, and then like on my on my knees, I get breathing in the big ones, and then I turn around and I look for you. You're still running. I'm like, oh wow, oh wow.
My back turned, and all I heard, oh, you're good,
You're good. I jump out, yeah. You keep running, you keep going.
I'm just too competitive, brother. It just gets the best of me at times.
You got me good, yeah. You tricked me into jumping out
I
early.
ended up going to 30 laps, bro. 30.
I didn't think you were that competitive, man.
Oh.
Shit.
If I wasn't, I wouldn't have got as far as I did. But oh man, good times, good times.
Nah, definitely good times, eh?
You're actually the first player. I actually researched this. You're the first player to be selected from reserve grade to play Origin. That's another thing. We were speaking about your tricep, and now, yeah, you're the first player, bro. How did that go about? Why did you get dropped in the first place? Because I can't remember.
So I popped my CT joint at the time, and I was playing good footy during the year, and I was in the talks of playing Origin, and then coming close to Origin, I popped my CT joint, and it was just like, it was sore, and I just didn't. It wasn't like, I think I played Melbourne, and I had to come off, but it was that sore, and
The Melbourne game, that was my debut.
oh yeah,
That's right. Yeah, I remember now.
Played at Penrith, and then after the game, Ivan was just like, not straight after the game, but like we done review and stuff. Then Ivan's like, you're gonna play reserve grade this weekend, and I was like, you serious? And then like I was upset. I was really upset, and then like just stormed out, and then we had to play reserve grade in Auckland at the time. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then like during the week, Sticky gives me a call and says, if I pick you, would you be ready to play Origin? I go, yeah, I'll definitely be ready. And he's just like, well, just have a solid game in reserve grade, and we'll see from there, and we'll go from there. And play reserve grade in Auckland. It's tough to go up there and play in those staying at the shitty motel, and then
it hurts the ego obviously as well. You know what I mean? It hurts the ego, and the other thing is you don't want to. You kind of play with a bit of hesitancy because you don't want to get injured.
Well, that's the thing. Like I was playing injured, and I was playing injured at the time, so I was like, just trying to get the joint feeling good, and then
to settle down.
Yeah, to settle down, and then. But I had a solid game in defence, and then then next week, got picked to play Origin. So
that is so weird because like I feel like you and me, we combined pretty well. Like we played 14, 15 games together on that left edge, and we scored just under like 20 tries together between us. So
yeah, I guess that's the friend, like that connection where our friendship was just so good. We're clicking very well, and just having a good time.
You would know as well, playing on the edge as a centre, like you need to kind of take time to gel with a winger. Like that just doesn't happen, right?
No, that's right.
But yeah, we kicked it off pretty well. You end up getting released halfway through your contract from Penrith. Which I remember asking the gym, like, what's going on? Like there was whispers here and there that, you were going to leave, and you obviously kept your cards pretty close to your chest. But what was the main reason why you left?
It was obviously a clean out. So you had Gus there at the time. They got rid of Luke Lewis, Wade Graham, and Cootie, Lachlan Coote. So they were just they were just doing a massive clean out there, and I wasn't part of the Panthers plans and Gus's plans. So,
did you have a conversation with him?
Nah.
So there was this.
So there was no convo between Ivan or the coach. So it was just me and my manager, pretty much. So I met with Souths first. I met with Madge. Yeah. So and like he was great, man, great coach. Like, and I was thinking, and because he come from the Melbourne system, and I was like,
and he just came over from Wigan.
Yeah. And I was like, he trains the boys hard, and that's what I like. I like to train hard, and so I met with him at his house, had some lunch, and it was like that close to going to Souths, and then Fitler calls me and goes,
Freddie.
Freddie gives me a call. Freddie gives me a call. Yeah, he's like, you should think about coming to Roosters. Great club. And at the time, they just signed Sonny Bill, James Maloney. Like they had Mitchell Pearce.
Pretty good roster.
So they had Pearcey there, and
You've played with him at Origin level, right? And through the juniors?
I played through the juniors, yeah. So I played CCC, like school reps and stuff with him. And I thought, oh look, where am I going to find a lot of clean and
Good ball.
and good ball? Like, where am I going to find that? And I thought Piercy was a guy, and especially Jimmy was a guy to make my game a bit better. So that was the ultimate decision to go to the Roosters.
Were the dollars pretty much on par with each other?
It would have been, yeah.
Yeah,
It would have been at the time, yeah. Yeah, they would have been, similar dollars. And then, went to the Roosters and it just was.
How did you have that relationship with Freddie? Like, did he call you manager first, or did he go straight directly to you? Like, have you had that, friendship with him, or?
He was coaching the City team at a time, yeah. See, which is good. It was one time. So Freddie was the coach, and then me and Rexy were playing PlayStation, and then we rock up late to the bus. And I think this is the day before. Rock up late to the bus before and playing PlayStation. And
what year was this? 2012?
Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, it would have been earlier on. Yeah, playing City Camp.
Yeah.
And then get to the bus. We were late, and Freddie's like, "All right, everyone, get off the bus." There was a hill right next to the bus. He goes, "Go and run the hills." And I don't know how many we did, but this is the day before the game.
No, it wasn't.
We're getting pumped on the hill. I was like, "Oh wow!" And the cars were tight the next day for the game. I was like, "Far out."
Did you just win that game? You just got pumped, didn't you?
Nah, I think we won. I think we won. Yeah, I can't remember it. Yeah, I think we won. But yeah, that was my memory of Freddie coaching.
Yeah.
So, and then so I didn't really know too much of Freddie. So when he gave me the call, I was just like, it was pretty. I was spinning out actually.
I've got a question for you. Like, what team did you want to go to, or were those two teams one of them?
Well, to be honest, I didn't want to leave Penrith.
Oh.
Yeah, I at the time, I thought, because I grew up playing all my juniors and did all my.
You're entrenched in the community.
Yeah, and I never had it in my mind or seen myself playing for another team, and so I didn't at the time. Was just the whole time was like, oh man, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go, but just the pressure, that just kept coming. My manager's like, oh, they want to get rid of you. They want to get rid of you. So, and it was a bigger contract as well, where I was going. So
yeah,
ultimately, yeah, and it was probably the best decision I made, because going to the Roosters really opened my eyes, because I was just so enclosed. When you're at Penrith, you just think, oh, this is just
a bubble,
just in a bubble out there. So when I left, it was just opened my eyes to a whole new world, man. And it was the best, one of the best decisions in my life. And then
it opened your eyes
look
to
at the
premiership as well.
Yeah.
So it worked out pretty good.
Won a premiership, yeah. But that's
things happen for a reason.
I can say, if things happen for a reason, and Roosters now, I can honestly say that's a home for me, because they've they've done everything and to help me get back.
Yeah.
Also, just the opportunities that they've given me is just definitely a home for me.
I love that, brother. Well, I've got a little surprise for you.
What's that?
So I knew back in the day when you were killing it, you had shoe boxes stacked from your floor to your
I
ceiling.
still do. I still got a lot of
Well, you know
shoe
what? I've got
boxes
you another
that I
pair to add to the collection.
Beautiful.
Our proud sponsor, SHOEGRAB, brother, have gifted you a fresh pair of sneakers, cuz.
Oh,
Let's
beautiful.
open them up.
Thank you.
Open them up. Let's have a look. What do you got?
All right.
You're still a Nike boy? You still wear Nikes?
Yeah, still wear Nikes, yeah.
Oh, how good.
All right, let's have a look. Oh,
Yeah, cracker. They're my favourite
I
pair.
don't like this colour.
Don't you dare. You would be the first person to say that.
No, they're gone.
Yeah, they're cracker.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's a small foot, man.
7.5.
Small, very fast. Very fast.
Yeah.
Oh, good,
awesome,
man.
Thanks, guys.
Your first year in the Tricolours,
Yeah.
obviously was a successful one, like we just touched on. You were in the Premiership, playing Origin. Talk to me about that year in general.
Man, it was like we had such a stacked team, man. We had Sonny Bill Williams, James Delaney, Mitchell Pearce, Sean Kenny Dow, like Jazza, Boyd Cordner, Mitchell Orbison, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck and Daniel Tupou. Like, stacked team. And our first game, we played South and we lost. We lost, and then it's like the media just like blasting us, going, "Oh, you got all these gun players, they're not delivering." Plus, it was Trent Robbo's first year coaching.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first year coaching. So he come from France,
Yeah,
like overseas,
Yeah.
overseas, and this was his first year
Forgot about that.
coaching the Roosters, and he was 35 at the time too.
Wow. Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, he was 35. Oh, I didn't know that till this year when it was his birthday, and I go, "Oh, happy birthday!" And he's like, "Oh, do you know when I started coaching, I was 35," and I was like, "Damn, I'm 36." Like that made me feel so. I was like, I'm 36 and I'm still playing.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Robbo's first year, so it was a crazy year because there was no talks of like in our bubble, there was no talks of like playing grand finals or winning grand finals. Just like we're just playing week by week and just trying. Training was so hard. Like we're training so hard, and then I think defense. We just really prided ourselves on defense.
The Bondi War was...
Yeah, because I think we were the first team to keep 3 or maybe 4 teams to 0 in 1 year. So, and we did a lot of work on defense. So we just prided ourselves on defense, and
Defense wins comps.
And yeah, as cliche as it is, defense wins comps, and this is exactly what happened.
It's pretty impressive. Like to win a premiership with pretty much a roster that, was put together. Yeah, you guys are full of stars, right? But we all know how hard it is to build a team and make it a successful team. Like you look at what's going on with the Rabbitohs now. Like they've got full of star players, but they sit dead last on the ladder. Essentially, you guys, recruited a whole new team, new coach, new staff, and won the premiership in 1 year. Like
first year,
it's pretty crazy. And even yourself, like you went there, new team, new wedge, new players. You scored 20 tries in 26 games, 3 Origins.
Yeah,
you won a premiership. You went on the World Cup and won the World Cup. Would you say like that year was like the peak of your career?
I think like, how do you say it? Like, as I wouldn't say it's the peak of my career. I'd say it's the peak of when a success, because that was a peak of success for myself, and but I'd say the peak of my career was the back end of my career, the 2019 and 2020.
Really?
Yeah, because I was playing my best footy. I was in the best headspace. I just had my little boy, Carter. I was just high on life and playing, probably my best footy there at Parramatta.
It's a big call because what I just said and laid out on the platter, like I was, that's a lot of accolades.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As in, if you're measuring on success or I'm measuring it on how I was feeling. And definitely that was a peak of my career, back end.
Well, we're going to jump in your career at Para a bit later on. Before that, I want to talk to you about, do you remember Game 3, 2016 Origin Series? And you scoring the winning try? Man, that was the most euphoric moment for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I remember when you scored, I ran in, obviously, jumped on top of you.
Nah, you didn't jump on top of me. No one jumped on top of me.
I don't know how that happened. All I see, Woods is flying there. James Maloney's picking
He's
a
all
fight.
jumping on Frizz. So everyone's jumping on Frizz, thinking that he was me.
You guys both got the same complexion. You're a bit darker.
No, I'm a bit darker, yeah. No.
But I remember seeing the video, and you just saw, and you just walking off, and we're all over here, and we're celebrating. And then James Maloney's picking a fight with Corey Parker.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember that because I busted through and like dazed myself a bit scoring, and then I got up and I was like, yeah, and then I was like, oh, and I was still a bit dazed, and I wanted to go back to the trainer. So I went back to the trainer. I was like, oh fuck, pretty dazed, and then all that stuff was happening. But I remember walking back, and then you coming back and go, oh man, you saved my ass there, man. Because what happened? You dropped two high balls or something.
It was one. It was me and
Teddy. Did they score?
Me and Teddy were at the back, and I couldn't. You know how it's so loud. I thought it was his ball, and then I looked up last second, and the ball swung to me, and then I couldn't get there in time, and it bounced in front of me, and then it's bounced over, and Boyd picked it up and scored, and I felt terrible. I felt so sick. But anyway,
yeah, that put him in front.
Yeah,
so and then we.
I thought you were going to pass too, but you went yourself. I was like, yes! I thought I was had a good opportunity to score, but hey, do the hard way, bro. If you're going to score, make sure you get it down.
Yeah, no, definitely done it the hard way.
Fucking hell. The following year, after you won the premiership, you obviously went to England to verse St. Helens, I think it was.
No, we played St. Helens at home.
Oh, you played St. Helens at home?
Yeah.
For the World Club Challenge, that's right.
For the World Club Challenge,
and you're the first player in history to score a hat-trick in the World Club Challenge game. Yeah, they're pumping them, eh? So,
yeah.
What was that?
No, sorry, it wasn't St. Helens, it was Wigan.
Wigan.
Yeah,
Wigan.
It was Wigan, yeah.
I just blurted out 3 teams there. We were about to get one.
Pick one.
Do your research, man.
Come on, man. Do your research.
And what was that? What are the World Club Challenge games like? How would you describe them?
So I think like the last team to play the World Club Challenge didn't win, so we took it pretty serious going into this game that we wanted to win. So it was a big week for us leading up to it, and we were going into this game wanting to win because I don't think teams had won the World Club Challenge for a few years. So Robbo wanted to make sure that we won this one, and it was a good game. Yeah, good game. Yeah, scored 3 tries. One of my mates texted me and sent me a photo of those Guinness World Record books. Yeah. And it's me in the Guinness World Records books with the first player to score 3 tries in a World Club Challenge. I was like,
is that legit?
That's a weird. Yeah, it's legit. Yeah, I'm in the Guinness Books of Records. The Guinness Books of Records. Yeah.
You're in the Guinness Book of Records, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So it was random. I was like, oh, that's a random thing to have in the Guinness Book of Records.
Do you have that by any chance at home? Do you have that?
The what?
The record? Did they give you a plaque or no?
Nah. I think it was just it's just like a book that says a bunch of random
records.
Yeah, records. So.
That's all time.
You sent me a photo of that.
That's all time.
Cracking up.
Well, after winning that World Cup Challenge match against Wigan, in 1 year, or 16 months, like it's a pretty successful one, right? The way you started there, I thought you would have been at the Chooks for a bit longer than you did. You ended up getting released from your last year of your contract. What was that?
No, I had to. I was just weighing up my future, and they were throwing a lot of money at me. So money was the main reason of leaving. It was the main reason for leaving.
You didn't feel like it was a new opportunity? Like you weren't really seeking a new opportunity? It was just like, you know, Parramatta tabled this ridiculous offer and it was just too.
Yeah,
too
and
good to turn down.
they were at a rebuilding phase as well. So they went and signed Kieran Foran. They had Bo Champion signed for them. They had Mickey Gordon there. So they went out and brought a few new signings. So I thought, it's just like another opportunity to go through a rebuilding phase and seeing what I can offer Parramatta.
Well, your time there was a mixed one, fair to say. Like you had a few good seasons. There was a few underwhelming seasons.
Definitely.
Got a spoon along the way.
Got a spoon along the way.
You don't have that over me, brother. You don't have that one over me. You've done everything else, but yeah, like, how would you sum it all up? Like,
it's just an experience.
Because you told me before that the 2019-2020 seasons were
and I've met a lot of, met a lot of good people along the way at Parramatta, and I see it as just an experience of life. Like I'm a true believer in that everything that you go through is for a reason.
Yeah.
And for me to go, through the period with Parramatta, it's just a learning curve for myself.
Well, I've got another compliment to give you. It's actually killing me to giving you all these compliments today as a mate. I feel very uneasy about it. But you played the Brisbane Broncos. The first game of CommBank Stadium opened up. It was the first elimination final, and you won 58-0. The victory was the biggest finals win in history, eclipsing Newtown's 55-7 win over St. George in 1944. The match was also Parramatta's biggest win over Brisbane and Brisbane's worst ever loss since entering the competition in 1988. Could you feel after the 2019 season that like Parra were finally in a position to achieve success? Because it's been a while for them.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You could see with Mitchy Moses and then Dylan Brown, the young Dylan Brown, there was definitely potential to win the final. Then the next season, 2020, big preseason, big year, and everyone's had that experience of playing in the finals, so definitely had the roster to do it. And then the back end of that 2020 is when I get tested positive for Ligandro, and not sure what the other substance that was in my body. So that kind of put a hiccup on that campaign.
As a mate, I've never actually questioned you around the details and the reasoning on how you got tested for Ligandro. But now you got the opportunity to kind of share that story and share your version of events. What ended up happening leading up to that semi-final prior when you tested positive?
Yeah, so I tested. I tested it, I think, a couple of weeks before that. Like it would have been maybe a month earlier. So I got tested, and it's hard. It's a hard thing because there was no intention of taking these substances, and still to this day don't understand or don't know how it's gone into my system, which sucks, and to be banned for something that you to be banned, from something that you just had no intention of doing, don't know how it got in your system. It was a real hard pill to swallow.
Was there any kind of idea on how you thought it got into your system? Because there would have been some investigation around how it did get there in the first place. Was there anything that you could put your finger on?
I mean, it could have been anything. I think leading into my my test, I was having a drink and kind of taking stuff that I shouldn't be taking.
Yep.
And anything could get big. Alcohol. Your protein shake could be laced with. It could be contaminated or.
It's from pre-workout, isn't it?
Yeah. See, I don't know what these. I don't know what Ligandro or what.
I don't even know what it is.
There was another substance. I don't know what it does, but it's just all I knew at the time. Like when I got tested, was that it was a banned substance. So not knowing anything about it, but that's the thing. Like at the end of the day, I couldn't prove to Asada that where it come from. I couldn't prove anything. So
which hurts you as well because you're guilty in public opinion as well. So
yeah,
it would have been hard for you to kind of tell that story and share your version of events, because as soon as it gets out into the paper that you've been tested positive by ASADA, you're an instant drug cheat and you've taken a substance to kind of get a competitive advantage, which is obviously not the case in what you're saying.
No, definitely.
Because I don't think
definitely
like putting our mateship aside, like I can wholeheartedly say that's not part of you, not part of your DNA.
You know me, right? I hated protein shakes.
Yeah. No.
I hated.
You got the worst. You got the worst diet in history.
Diet, exactly.
Worst diet in history. It makes me sick how you used to play like that, and after you devouring the food you devoured before a game, makes me sick just fucking thinking about it.
So what? It's the hard thing, like the crappy thing now is that during my career I used to say all the trainers and that, I don't need that because I'm more natural. I can't say that now because of this. Now I'm being labelled a drug cheat, which is definitely something that hurts. Yeah, it definitely hurts, man, because definitely not a drug cheat. Definitely haven't gone out to try and seek an advantage or. But see, I think that's where I had to come to a conclusion and not fight it with Asada, because I couldn't prove where it's come from. I couldn't. I mean,
the main source anyway.
Yeah, so like at the time, I grew my hair, and you know how everything stays in your hair, right? So I hadn't got a haircut after I tested with Asada, so I was like, I'll grow my hair because whatever was in my system will definitely have to be in my hair.
Tests, yeah.
Yeah, so grew my hair out and then went and got my hair tested, and there was no Ligandrol, no whatever I don't know what the other substance. There was none of that in my hair, so. Basically, what that says is that the amount that was in my system was very minute. Yeah, so it was very minute. So it was just, and that could be from a case of something that's been contaminated or that's been laced with something. So, but on the other side of that, you need to get yourself down from 4-year ban to a 2-year ban, you need to prove that you're not reckless, and I couldn't prove that I wasn't reckless because I was obviously reckless by partying and not caring what I like dieting or what I put in what I put in my body. So on that side, being reckless, I couldn't prove. I couldn't prove that I wasn't reckless. So they ended up just like not fighting it, and it went from 4 years. They went from 4 years, so they put it down to 3 years.
How hard was those 4 years? Like I see you with a very tough exterior. You very rarely show your emotions.
Yeah.
Obviously different, but behind the curtain, and when the doors are closed and you're home alone, like how did you get through that? Like just getting your life pretty much ripped away like that.
Yeah, it was, man, like one of the toughest periods, man, like one of the toughest things that I've been through. Just mentally, man, I just had to, mentally I just wasn't there. It was probably, it was, I can't explain it, man. It's like, just I wasn't motivated to do anything. Like every morning, man, was a challenge just to get up. So just every morning I'll just wake up just like, well, I wouldn't show it to anyone, like I wouldn't, that's like, I don't really show my emotions. I kind of just bottle everything up and just try and but that's the person I am. Like, I just want to kind of
you want to take care of everyone else, but yourself.
Yeah, like, and like I just, every day was a battle, man, just to get up. I think what saved me, man, because if I didn't have my kids, man, to be honest, I probably would have ended my life, like straight up. Sorry, bro.
No, you're right, bro. No, take your time. That's massive, bro.
I think
because, like, again,
just those two kids, man. I think having kids and how much life they give you, how much grief they can give you, but that was the reason. That was, shit. If it wasn't for those two kids, man, like, I wouldn't be here today, man. Like, straight up. Fuck. Like,
no, fuck. There's no
every
doubt.
day. Yeah, I don't wish that pain through for anyone, man. But I think I look back at it now and just believe that going through that, everything has a purpose, man. And my purpose for going through that is to teach my kids, not just to teach my kids, but to teach, the youth that are coming through the system, like through the grades, just to teach them and show them.
Don't take things for granted,
Yeah, and just not just about footy, man, just about in life in general, just teach them life lessons and show them the experiences that I went through and how to get through those tough periods, man.
It's hard, man. Like, as particularly you achieving your NRL debut at the age of 18, and the career that you had, like, it's very easily to kind of stray from the path, and you don't really realise how good you actually have it at times. You know what I mean? You can get carried away very easily, especially if you don't have that support system behind you trying to pull you in line and hold you accountable. Like, listen, like, you're getting a bit carried away. Come back, reel it in, rein it in.
I think that was like just how I was, but like, and I probably won't be the player that I was if I wasn't living on the edge.
Yeah.
Because when you seen the time I had at Penrith, like, it was a great career at Penrith, and you know, I got into some trouble there as well. You know, I was, you know, drinking when I was on a drinking ban, and the time where I had to hand out 22,000 tickets to to the
How did I forget about that? Like, you know what's like all these misdemeanors, like it's not like you're breaking the law, you know what I mean? Like,
No, but
you're in a
yeah.
professional environment where
yeah.
you know, you look back and say, yeah, I put my hand up. I shouldn't have been drinking. Like, I think was it Anzac Day you were drinking? Was it Anzac Day?
I think it was Anzac Day, and I was injured.
Yeah.
I was injured too. So drinking whilst injured, and then plus we were on a drinking ban. Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what I'm saying. I've got all that experience of learning
From your own hardships and your own mistakes. That
I've made a lot of mistakes. Definitely a lot of mistakes along the way. But it's definitely like made me like kind of built my character along the way.
Thanks for sharing, bro. That was pretty heavy. Despite all that, like despite like that amazing career that you've had so far, Origins, Premiership, World Cups, playing for Tonga as well and Australia, the countless accolades. Despite all that, as a mate, I still can't believe I'm saying this, but I still don't feel like you reached your full potential, as scary as that sounds. Do you agree with that? You reckon?
Yeah, not on the footy side, but with life, I still feel that I can still reach. There's still a bar to reach. I still haven't reached at my full potential in life. In footy, I still have a lot to give back. The Roosters and the NRL, you know, for giving me this opportunity and just to get back was, yeah, man, it was one of the toughest things to do. Being old, being 3 years out of the game, and like that was, I guess, yeah, to come back, man. It's crazy that I'm sitting here actually, because if you asked me this last year if I would be playing in NRL, I'll tell you, nah, no way.
And it was
There's
like,
no way.
I remember it was like 6 months ago. Like,
yeah. There's no way. And to even play my 300 games, like, shit, there's just no way I would have thought that I'd be back in this position.
I remember training together at the park and we're doing the Bronco test and you got close to 7 minutes. I was like,
I think I'm still getting that.
hey, we gotta get your act together. We're gonna have a comeback.
So that's what I mean. Like, that was tough, man. Like, I went and I trained with Athletes Authority.
Yeah.
And
They do a good job.
Oh mate, they were the best. Like, with Lockie, we met 18 months before my comeback. So he was just like, "Oh, what are you looking to do?" I go, "Oh, I just got to like kind of stay fit and be ready for something." And then like just would go in there maybe once, twice during the week, but was really hard because I had to take the kids to school, go to work, then go train, and then come back and pick up the kids, and then do all the kids stuff. Like, was full on, so I couldn't like that's why I could only do it maybe once a week, or once or twice a week, and you really can't train, especially the way my dieting was going as well. you couldn't really, you couldn't really,
You're not young as well.
yeah, I'm not young. You couldn't really
You're
get
not the young
fit from
proper
that.
18-year-old.
It really ramped up when Robbo said to me, gave me the opportunity to told me there's an opportunity at Roosters. That's when I started to ramp up and like started to get excited, started to feel, started to have purpose in life where I was like, yeah, this is what I want. So then, I was 112 at some point.
You were not. You weren't. No, you weren't.
So before coming back, like, and then I started training with athletes and then maybe lost 3 kilos. Yeah, I've lost 3 kilos when started training with them, and then went back to started preseason. So I started preseason. I think it was 109 kilos.
At Chooks?
At Chooks,
No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
Yeah.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
109 kilos.
Get in the middle, mate. Get in the middle, mate.
Well, they asked me what position was I going for. Second row, front row.
How much do you weigh now?
So I'm 98 now.
Oh.
So it was a tough preseason, man. I had to lose.
Were you in Fat Club?
No, there was no fat club. I'll tell you what, the training, the preseason that I had this year was one of the toughest preseasons I've ever done. And
is it because of where you were at physically?
Where I was physically, my age, but also talking with the boys in the team, they said that was one of their toughest preseasons they've had.
Picked a good time
So
to come
I
back.
picked a very good time to come back. And I was just on struggle street the whole time. But, credit, like, the boys, man, they just kept pushing me, man, kept helping me out. I had, I started to work on my diet. So then...
You have to find 1%ers now, like...
So now everything I do off the field is very important. So my stretching, like the ice baths, and the diet was the biggest one. All that off the field was something that I right now that I
take seriously.
I take seriously, yeah, because the footy part's easy, like the talent's never going to leave you.
Yeah.
But the physical side of yourself is obviously something that you got to work on. So I had to work hard on getting physically back to NRL standards. So it was, one of the toughest preseasons and army camps and the hill runs. And
I remember talking to you on the phone, man. You sound like a broken man.
I was broken on the first day, man. I contemplating.
Is it really worth it?
Is this really worth it? Every day, man.
It's paid
Every
off.
day.
It's paid off. It's paid off.
Yeah. Like, it's everything that you do on the preseason, all the hard work you do there. That's where comps are won, because you can't be really worrying about your fitness during the year. You can't try and catch up. You can't, during the season, it's all about maintaining and getting your body right each week.
Yeah.
Where, preseason's where you need to get all your work and you need to get all that work done. So I knew I had to get all that work done in preseason and get ready. And
leave nothing up for chance as well.
No, that's right. And I was really motivated. Had a new lease of life. So, and my reasoning was, to show my kids that to never give up.
Love that. That was obviously getting real heavy in the end. Thanks for sharing, bro. I appreciate you opening up. Something lighthearted now. Let's just mix that up a little bit. What's in the sauce?
What's the sauce?
What's in the sauce?
I was like, what's the sauce? Talk to me.
All right. Now, obviously you've played 17, 18 Origins, so you know the arena quite well. Origin is
17,
around the
18,
corner. Origin is around the corner. Let's name your 1 to 5 backline to play game 1.
1 to 5.
1 to 5. Here we
So
go. I think I already know who you're going to go. Let's go.
So 1 to 5. All right. I'd go Teddy number 1.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
That's not me being biased, being a Rooster, but I'd go Teddy number 1.
Yep.
Sue number 2. Myself number 3. Joey Manu, if he can play, he'll be number 4. Number 5 will be Daniel Tupou.
You're good. You're good. You're fucking good.
Or if Dominic Young can play, yeah, Dom. But that's not me being biased.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Nah, but serious, yeah. What do you want? My serious 1 to 5?
Let's go. Serious.
I'd go Teddy, yeah, number 1. Well, that's not me being biased. But that's just me being around him and seeing how professional and just how elite he is, man.
No, he's. There's no doubt he's elite. Like
yeah.
I'm a massive Teddy fan. Like mates with him off the field as well.
And
it kills me to say this, but I feel like because like I'm kind of split. I love Dylan Edwards. I've played with Dylan Edwards. I played with both.
Yeah.
Teddy and Dylan. But the last few years, what I've seen Dylan do, I feel like it's very hard to argue that he deserves
don't get me wrong.
Origin berth.
Yeah.
And if it means that Teddy has to relinquish the number 1 Origin jersey and his captaincy for that to happen, I feel like now's the time, particularly with now Madge in charge, and I don't know. I can't see Dylan Edwards not being picked. I have to have him in my team. Yeah. He's just the last 3 years, the consistency he's shown, 3 premierships. He's been in 4 grand finals.
Yeah, I think Origin's a different arena, man. Like it's, I mean, you got to look at the Queensland team and how they stick. They don't worry about form. Form's got to do with a bit of it, but they really stick solid and really know what players can play in Origin. And Teddy's an Origin player, man.
Oh, without a doubt. No, I'm not going to argue with that.
He's an Origin and he's built for it, and I've seen it, yeah, firsthand. Which that's why I'd pick Teddy at number 1.
Who's your wingers?
I'd go To'o.
Yep, I'd go To'o as well.
Yeah, and I'll put Turbo on the wing.
Okay. Not Foxy.
Yeah. Nah, Turbo. You got to have him somewhere, right?
Sweet.
You got to have.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's played wing there in Origin.
Yeah, and he's good to fill to be cover for fullback as well. Just or centre. He can fill in anywhere in the back line. So right. I definitely agree that Turbo needs to be somewhere in the back line.
Yeah.
Who's your centres?
Centres would be
hard. I think it's a hard one.
Yeah, there's some good ones there.
Well, you got obviously Critter. You've got Latrell, Stephen, Bradman Best.
I'll go Troll there, man, for sure.
Well, I would have went Troll. There's no shadow of a doubt that he should be playing, and he should be a centre.
Yeah. But
currently, where everything sits, and I don't know. I saw some news come out, and I don't really read the papers. I'll be totally honest, but he's obviously been suspended for 3 games. He hasn't got Trell. He hasn't got the match fitness.
Yeah.
From straight in, you reckon he'll be sweet?
Yeah. He'll be sweet. I came from reserve grade, man.
I like it. So you got Troll there at 3.
Trell, yeah, definitely in that 3, yeah.
And who would be your 4?
4, Critter, yeah.
Critter.
Critter, yeah.
So just to sum up, we've got Teddy, we've got Brian To'o, Trell, Critter, and Tom Trebojevic.
Yeah.
Pretty solid backline. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I think I'll have I think I'd probably put Dylan Edwards at the back there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd probably take, and it kills me to say it because I love Teddy, but I love Dylan as well. But I feel like Dylan's
Well,
earned his shot.
he's definitely the inform fullback, yeah, all right?
Yeah.
He's definitely the inform fullback you pick. But, I mean, this is just me understanding.
Hey, there's no right or wrong answer, brother.
No, that's
until
right. We'll
game
see.
day. Until game day.
Yeah.
What's your favorite career moment?
Favorite career moment. Would definitely be just recently walking with my kids on the field, man.
I saw that, man.
That's all I had, like a visual of like what it would look like when I come back and play footy, and having my kids on the field and walking with them on the field was definitely the best moment of my career, man.
Watching you I was at TV. I was at home watching it, and it was almost. It felt that you couldn't believe that moment actually happened. And I could tell like how much it meant to you.
Yeah, because that's the only visual thing I had, like, was playing over my head, like, shit. Because obviously my kids were the reason of me coming back, and it's just my visual of, like, being on the field with my kids. And I was just like, man.
Sharing that moment with them.
Yeah, and sharing that moment with them. And to have that moment on my 300th game, man, was just, oh, man, it's crazy, man.
All right, next question. If there was one moment you could have back, what would it be and why?
The one moment I'd have back will be definitely the choices I made in 2020 before getting suspended. Yeah. It'll definitely be that.
That was an easy one. All right, next one. I missed your question from a previous guest, Big Jordan Mailata.
Oh,
How good.
what a good question.
Philadelphia Eagle.
Yeah.
Just signed 3 years there. How good. Congrats again, brother.
3 years.
3 years.
How much?
100 million.
Oh, is that all? 100 mil. Oh,
Oh, shit, man.
What would be your last meal on death row? Oh.
What the fuck? That's
What
got
would
me
be my
stunned.
last meal
It's your last meal on death row.
on death row? Sheesh. I don't really have a favorite. Well, seafood's my favorite, so I'd say I would have a seafood platter or something like that.
Yeah.
Big seafood platter.
Yeah,
Few red wines.
I like that.
Maybe just a few bottle red wines. Few bottle of reds.
Knock you out before the moment comes. Oh, fine. I gotta say, this segment does oh my god, that's what I love. Not knowing the question beforehand. All right. You know what? I like that answer. Now you've got the opportunity to write a question for our next guest. Pick up the clipboard, the texter, start writing away, brother.
So, a question.
Is it a deep question? Is it a funny question? What do you got writing over there? I'm scared. I'm so scared. You finished?
Yeah.
Sign it, seal it, deliver it. That's it. Oh god. You know what? Like back in the day, you used to dye your hair, eh?
Yeah.
You did, eh? Remember?
I stopped rinsing it 2019.
Oh, was that weird?
Yeah, 2019 I stopped dyeing it, and
Just
our
embrace
first
it.
game was we played Penrith. We played down at Penrith Park, and then it was like an afternoon game, and you could just see the greys. I was like, oh, I think the commentator's like, oh, mate, he's aged. He's aged a bit.
Uncle Drew. Oh, good. Oh, sign done. Thank you. Before we wrap up, I know you're a proud father of your baby boy and girl.
Yeah.
Picture Carter and Ivy both watching this podcast 20 years down the track. What message do you want to say to them?
Damn, 20 years. I think, how old would they be? 20. They'll be like 25.
Young 20s, yeah, early 20s.
My son will be 25.
Young
My
adults
girl
now.
would be 23. So they'll be teenagers. I think what I'd say to them is that I love them heaps. Everything that I'm doing now and what I've gone through was for you guys. So I just tell them I love you heaps.
Love that, brother. Thanks for coming on the show. Let's go grab a feed.
Yeah, let's go. Your shout.